This area has the monster from the Black Lagoon feel. You got a backed up creek covered in goo, algae, green goop, and it's pretty back in here. Plenty of nature sounds. It's just, when you can't see into the water, it's got that cover moss or whatever on it. It's hot. I'm out here on a public trail on Tellico Lake. It's a nice trail. I've never hiked this part of it. I was just, it's Father's Day, and I thought that, so we get a couple hours this morning, I'd hike around. Oh, back up here. Roll off. Sorry about that, but as you can see, it's hot. A couple things. My last video, my son said, "Look like you've been crying." I said, "No." I had literally just finished a walk, probably a little over an hour. I walked 4 miles. That's 15-minute miles. That's hoofing it. And then I went out back, and I hadn't showered or just started to cool off. And then I don't know what type of plant it was, but allergies, eyes were red, I was sniffling. So just to reassure you, I'm fine. And I appreciate everybody who said all the kind words. It's really overwhelming. You don't realize, I'm just looking at a camera, and I guess you never realize how many thousands of people are behind this camera and that are genuinely concerned for your well-being. And I appreciate it more than I can say. God's truly blessed me with a good family and friends, and those out there on YouTube and Facebook and all these other platforms that are truly friends and concerned as much as you can be through this electronic stuff this technology we use now. But I do appreciate it more than you know, and it means a lot, so thank you. I wanted to touch on something, how to say this. I guess the best way to phrase this is why I don't trust the Sasquatch people, and or the Sabe. Steve likes to call them the Sabe, the Sasquatch. Forest people, bush people, woodland people, old man, whatever you want to call them. I agree. I don't like the word Bigfoot. I think that was stuck on them on purpose, just like UFO was stuck on these unidentified flying things that wherever they're from, they could put a stigmatism on that word. So, of course, now that it's accepted and the Navy's admitted, and the Department of Defense has admitted, now they're calling them UAPs to remove the stigmatism. So I often wonder what they'll call the Sasquatch when they finally reveal its existence or their existence. So anyway, why I don't trust the Sasquatch? First and foremost is because of their nature, their genetics. Now, I'm not saying all or 100%, but they are a Nephilim hybrid. They are a hybrid, and a hybrid that came from fallen angels. And so they don't have a conscience like we do. And they don't have thought processes we do. And they don't have the moral standards we have. It's different for them. And like I've told people, I've talked to many people that have both dealt with mind speak, have been threatened by them, and have encountered friendly ones. But one of the things I'm convinced of, that when you encounter a Sasquatch, most of the time, there's a thought process. What he can do in this situation. He can just hide and run if you've seen him, do different things. But in certain situations, I'm telling you, killing you's on the menu. Now, it may be way down the menu, but it's still there. It's still something to be considered if the circumstances warrant it. And I'm here to tell you that if the circumstances warrant it in their minds, then killing you's the best option. And they're going to kill you. Okay, so, and it's hard for some people to swallow. And I'm not saying that's 100% you're going to meet. But the problem is, number two, the reason I don't trust the Sasquatch is you can't talk to them. They won't talk to us. Very rarely do they ever talk to us. Most of the time their communications is nonverbal. And it's, in a way, it's meant to run us off. So, and when you encounter one, I've said this 100 times, there's no sign on his chest, I'm a good one, or I'm, homicidal maniac. And I think we've learned enough to know that as diverse as they are, they have different personalities within their society. And so you have those who are unfortunately violent, and some that are even cannibals. So you got to understand that. So those are the two main reasons I don't trust them. And there are many people who have formed relationships and very close bonds with them, and that's great. And those are unique circumstances. But as a general rule, I don't trust them. It's like a trust but verify thing. I respect them because of their abilities and their power and what they can do. But I'm not in awe of them. I don't worship them. They're just, they're a created being. Just like everything is in this world. Even the angels were created by God. So there's nothing, while I may be in awe of their power and their strength and their abilities to manipulate the ether and the world around them, it's not a worship them type thing. It's just like when you admire an athlete on the field that can run fast or catch a football or golf or someone who can play the violin or a musical instrument or who can sing. They have a natural talent and you admire that talent or you respect that talent. And that's kind of how I look at the Sasquatch. They have talents. And of course, that's something that, you respect and are aware of, but you don't, worship it or all that crap. I wouldn't, you just got to, I treat them as on equal footing, and I talk to them if I have to talk to them with respect. And I always talk out loud. I don't use mind speak. Never did, never will. Oh, I'm rambling, but anyway, that's the main reasons I don't trust them. Now, I did an experiment when I was doing my research. I had several people contact me that were in contact with them through MindSpeak. And so I asked the same, sets of questions. Who are you? Do you know who Jesus is? Basic questions. And what was disturbing is, some of these people were out in Washington State. Some of these people were down in Georgia, some in Tennessee, some in North Carolina. I'm trying to think where else. I want to say Kentucky, maybe. I can't remember. I'm old. But bottom line is, from all these different groups, I got different answers to the same questions. And that really bothered me. I mean, as far as who you are, we're your Forest Brothers, we're the Sky People, I got, all kinds of different answers. We're the keepers of the forest, we were brought here by the Star People and left here, we were Esau, we're descendants of Esau. So it's just, all kinds of different answers. And the interesting thing was all of them denied knowing who Jesus Christ was or Yeshua. And they would say they knew who God was, but they all acted, none of them said, we don't know who that is. So from my standpoint as a Christian, when they're denying the existence of Jesus, that tells me something.